Hi guys, welcome to EuroLeague Fantasy Talks. In this episode we will check how our team is growing and recommend some players that will rise in value on BasketNews EuroLeague Fantasy. As you can see here, I got 117 points and we are currently in 1889th position. And most importantly, we increased our budget by almost 1 million and we still have the highest budget in the league with 23.1 million. Let's now check how each individual player from our team increased or decreased our budget. So the biggest increases came from PJ Dozier with 280k, also Larkin got us 180k, and Tyreek Jones 220k, and Serge Ibaka 180k. The biggest decreases were unfortunately from Iago dos Santos with 19k in minus, and Olano was minus 50k. So we will trade these two players out. Semi Ojeleye didn't play, so therefore his value didn't change, so he neither decreased nor increased our budget. So let's see what changes we make for the next round. I will trade out 3 players that have the worst stats for budget growing for next round. Basically, I'm checking how much their value would change if they would score 0 points, or how much points they need to score for their value not to drop. So the players I'm trading out is Jonathan Motley. Motley had the good stats for the previous round, but unfortunately for this round, it happened so that he needs to score 20 points for his price not to drop. And also when recording the previous episode, it was still not sure that Fenerbahce will fire their coach. But now with the new head coach, it's not sure if Jasikevicius will like Motley's defense and what Motley's defense will be in the future. As we saw already in the first game, Sertac Shanley got a much bigger role. But let's see what will happen when Papagiannis will be back into the play. Definitely I'm trading him and we will find someone better. And the other 2 players basically are the players that got us minus performances in the last rounds is Ulanovas and Iago dos Santos. I'm trading them because Ulanovas needs to get at least 18 fantasy points to retain same value, and Iago dos Santos needs to get only 6 fantasy points for his price not to drop, but he will play against best defense in the league, which is Real Madrid. So therefore I don't expect much score, and overall his role doesn't seem to be so much significant, and his performances are even worse for price growing. So therefore I don't see him at the time keeping him in the future, but maybe in the future after a few rounds he will get better performances and then it makes sense to have him. But at the moment he's not the best player to have for price growing for sure. And now I'm picking 3 players, and basically I pick players that have the best stats in their respective positions to raise in value. And for center position I pick Mike Kotsar from Baskonia. For round 15, there isn't actually so many centers that have good stats for price growing, but Kotsar is an exception and he has quite good stats. And especially if Costello still won't play because he's game time decision at the moment, it seems. So if Kotsar will still get a good bunch of minutes, then definitely he also can get the score and increase his price even more. But even if he would score 0 fantasy points, his price would still continue growing. And for my forward, I pick Rokas Giedraitis from Crvena Zvezda. Rokas Giedraitis has really good stats for price growing, and fortunately, of course, he will play against Real Madrid, but even if he would score 0 points, his price will still grow. And for my guard, I pick Kevin Punter from Partizan Belgrade. Punter is one of the best players now to have for price growing, and especially he's one of the main players of Partizan, so definitely a good player to have in the long run. But if you get him now, you will get a budget increase, at least in the next couple of rounds. I have traded out Semi Ojeleye because he will not play, but therefore he will not affect our budget. So I had a higher need to trade out players that will drop their price so that they would not reduce our budget. So that will be my team for round 15. That's all guys. For more content on EuroLeague Fantasy, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.